Alright, boys, so back with another YouTube video, another one of our famous long form videos where me and Yomi just sit down and just talk about life, talk about business, whatever. We've made quite a few changes in the business recently that I think you guys will be interested in. We're going to talk about Project 300. We're going to talk about how Yomi's been absolutely crushing it as a closer recently. So we've got quite a few stuff to talk about. So, how's life been, Yomi?
Life's been good, since I last been on the I can't remember the last time we did it. Was it in Manchester?
It was Manchester, yeah.
So yeah, since then we've been on holiday to Tenerife.
Oh yeah.
We've been on holiday to Tenerife. I've been to Turkey as well. Yeah, life's been good. Moved into a new apartment. Life's good. My birthday on Friday, so
Turning 20, bro.
yeah, man.
Turning 20. Already got such a good foundation for life. You're only just turning 20.
20, man.
When I was 20, like what? I don't remember what I was doing when you know what? No, I was doing the business when I was 20.
Yeah, what? 22, 23. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing we launched Alpha Setters when I was 20, actually. Okay, cool. So you're just turning 20. You've been on a few holidays. We've been to Tenerife. You was in Turkey with your girlfriend, staying at some big G villa, boys. Like he was on a mad thing, like living the high life in Turkey. But yeah, Yomi. So first of all, first thing I want to talk about is we'll talk about Project 300. Tell the people.
So, Alpha 300, Project 300. That's our new brand essentially. That's the brand name. That's what we're aiming for. So, Project 300 is by the end of the year we're having 300 Alpha Setters, and that's it. No more. That's our journey. That's our spot. And once we get to 300 Alpha Setters,
Doors are closed, bro.
doors are closed.
Doors are closed. There's only gonna be 300 Alpha Setters, which sounds a bit mad. Like when I tell like friends of mine in like the online space, the online coaching space, that I'm going to get my coaching program to 300 and I'm going to close it, people look at me like, are you insane? Are you crazy? Also, all of my friends as well think I'm crazy when I tell them how much I charge for Alpha Sets as well, because we
Yeah.
don't even charge high ticket. Because obviously they're like, what? You could be making so much more money, bro, blah, 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 blah. Now, what do you mean you're going to close it at 300? Why? But I think there's something so beautiful about that. Something so special about just having 300 guys.
I think it wouldn't work with any other kind of program. Like it wouldn't create the same effect as it has or as it will with Alpha Setters, essentially.
I agree.
Due to the fact the community we've got and kind of just how we are as a program and as a brand, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's a men only program, because it's a community based on men's self improvement, and we've got a very warrior culture. It just makes sense, because for you guys that don't know, the inspiration behind 300 is the 300 spot on Warriors, from the film 300. I'm not gonna go explain the backstory behind that. We'll go watch the film 300 and it'll make sense. But yeah, Project 300 already, since we've introduced this, so yeah, we've capped it at 300. The vibe has already changed a little bit inside the program.
Yeah. People are just like up for it, essentially.
People are down with
And like, so a couple of things, like a lot of people that left or that had been through Alpha Setters and doing their own thing, maybe a point percent, maybe fell off, whatever. A lot of people have actually reached back out to us and wanted to get involved. That's one thing. Another thing is the guys in the program already, they appreciate the fact that they're one of the 300 and they're kind of almost fighting for their place. Obviously, we're not at 300 yet, so there is spaces, but once it gets there, the people that are slacking off, the people that are not keeping up, they're just going to get filtered out. So everybody's got to be at the top of their game to be one of the Alpha 300.
Yeah. We've got it all the time in the group chat nowadays. Like people posting like wins, like this is how we fucking do it, boys. The Alpha Set at 300, let's go. People posting motivational messages every day in the program, firing up the 300. It is really good to see how the culture has shifted now that we've done that.
Even got more people in the group calls.
Got more people in, yeah, the group calls. And now we've got loads of people, got guest speakers coming on into our group calls as well, doing workshops. We've got one going on this week with a great sales coach. Alpha Set at 300, yeah, it just feels special now. Because unlike all of these other gurus in the space that needs to make money from selling a course, it's like we don't live that life. We don't need to make money from selling a course. We can make money however we want to make money because we know how to sell. So, yeah, I think it's just so beautiful what we're building with 300. Like, I'm obsessed with this goal right now. Like, nothing else matters. I'm tunnel vision on this goal, and then after 300, on to the next project. But one thing that I like the most about Project 300 is the fact that as we get closer to that point where we're at 300 students, the volume of newcomers is going to be decreased, of course, because there's not many spaces left.
Yeah.
And what that means is we're not just going to be training new people, because it gets a little bit old teaching the same things, teaching the starts.
I feel like sometimes in the group call when there's a new guy in there, like obviously I'm saying something that I would have said 50 times, and probably the old boys in the group call, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go again.
Yeah.
But it's got the things that have to be said. But
Yeah.
of course, like that's why I would like having a small group helps, because we can actually personally spend time on each person. But obviously, they have to hear it, and it's just annoying for them, I can imagine.
What I normally do nowadays is I'll just get like David or something to like explain it. I'll get one of my older experienced boys, because you learn a lot from teaching, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's like now if I can get some of the experienced boys to start teaching as well, then it just everyone wins.
Yeah.
But as we get less new people joining now once we get to 300, it's just going to be, okay, we're not even training new people. We're just training the 300 guys that we've already got to get better. And in my opinion, that's so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
Well, it's so much more fun.
Because
it's
you
not
get
more
to
rewarding,
take
it's
them.
more fun.
So, like, for example, taking someone from 0K a month online to 3K a month online, yeah, it's sick. Like, they get to leave the job, whatever. But at the same time, getting someone past the threshold of like 5K a month, where it's like actual big money, it's like it's big, because it's like 3K, 3K, 4K. You can make that in a corporate job pretty easily. Like 5K, yeah, you can make that in a corporate job pretty easily again. But like past that, it's like, oh wow, this online money's kind of weird.
Like, it's rewarding to take a beginner and get him the results, because you've completely changed his life forever. But it's fun. It's more fun coaching people that are already doing well to help them get better, especially the guys that have been with us from the beginning anyway, because that's when we truly get to extract the best out of people. We get to extract the best out of our warriors, so that we're the Spartans. Spartans, what is your profession? We're all fucking warriors. We're G's. We're not just some part-time savage setters. We're full-time savages, and we get to extract the best out of people.
And I think like just pausing from it, I think that also goes alongside, like, we've had a lot of people recently in the last 2 weeks or so join that are already setting, maybe like successful setting, doing maybe 2K, 3K, whatever per month in setting, but they've just seen their vision with Alpha 300, and like seeing kind of some of the progression like some of the boys have made who are in their shoes, setting, but like now look what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like an investment, like joining something that you know is going to be more valuable later down the line, because even though it's not a case of like you can't sell your spot in alpha setters, well, I don't know, maybe you can sell your spot in alpha setters. Nah, I'm joking. You can't sell your spot in alpha setters. It's not something you can just buy and sell like a stock. But by buying into alpha setters, at the end of the day, with scarcity comes value. And as the Alpha Setter 300 become like more valuable in the market, like they've got more demand for the setters, and the scarcity is there because there's only ever going to be 300. The amount that companies will be willing to pay to hire one of the 300 will be a lot higher, as opposed to some of the other companies out there who have 1 million guys. We've just got 300. If you're a business owner and you're working with an Alpha Setter, you've got one of 300 guys. That's not a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Got one of the
It's like
300
when you,
best.
It's like, for example, like the closest thing I'm thinking of is like a football boot. They bring out sometimes limited football boots, like Cristiano Ronaldo version, 300 pairs in the world. Those boots are always super valuable.
Yeah. First thing that comes to my mind is cigars as well. Like when you've got a limited supply of cigars, the price is high. People will be willing to pay so much money to hire the best guys because Alpha Zetas are A players. So as we kind of move away from just training beginners, obviously we are now, we've still got plenty of space inside of Alpha Setters. But what does the progression look like for our Alpha Setters inside the program? How do we support them to continue scaling past 2 to 3K a month as an employment setter?
Well, I mean, there's different options. It's not just limited in one thing. So there's boys in the program now that are setter managers. So that's just the next step up essentially. So instead of actually doing the setting yourself, you're just managing a team of setters. It might even be the whole sales team, and you're just making sure they're doing their job right. And that just takes the stress off setting a little and making you more of like a people kind of manager essentially. There's that. There's obviously a growth operator, which is one of the things some of the boys are doing now in the group, and there's a couple of boys doing that now, right?
Yeah, yeah. We got a few growth operators. Well, I wouldn't consider it growth operator because the title growth specialist, because growth operators are these guys that go into build the free school communities. Blah blah blah. Take 50% of the business. We're not gay boys. We don't do the growth operating necessarily, but what we are doing is we've started to teach our students as well, the sets that are crushing it, to start to learn more about business rather than just learning about sales. Also learn about business so that you can go into a company and provide more value than just appointment setting. You can actually help them with their funnels. You can help them build their VSL funnel or their free school funnel or whatever it is. They can actually help them with their content and their messaging and their offer. So the setter manager progression and the growth specialists progression, that's like the main ways that now we're supporting students to go above and beyond. And it's fun teaching this stuff as well, rather
And
than
it's
just...
and also on top of that, these are the guys that are the agency owners in the space.
Yeah, we've got David, we've got Jordan.
What's his Dominic as well?
Yeah, Dominic.
So there's those guys as well. Yeah, these different options of progression. Like setting is not the be all and end all, but it just gives you such a good skill to base everything off. Then you can just blossom from there essentially.
Leverage.
Exactly, and I think what was you on about the? Oh, I don't know. I've lost my thought.
So yeah, like appointment setting is like this. It's not the final destination for the savages. There will be some people that come into appointment setting and it's like cool that they're just happy making the money with appointment setting. Like people like Jay Rowe, for example, came in the program over a year ago now, last August, and he's still making 5K a month comfortably to this day. Appointment setting. I don't speak to him that much. He's chilling. He's just living his life, which is fair enough. But the true savages out there, there's going to be the guys that are really, really hungry just to go to the top. And appointment setting is like step one. It gives you leverage. It gives you those valuable skills.
I found the thing that I was going to say.
You found it. Go on
So it was like like growth specialist is essentially like for me like if I was younger looking into like what I was going to do, my thing was I'm very like smart and I can do a lot for businesses, help businesses, whatever. But I always had the mindset I wasn't creative enough to make my own business. Growth operator is basically essentially just that, like providing so much value to a business, but you don't have to build your own business. You just learn all the skills how to amplify business.
Yeah, exactly. So that's yeah. As a growth specialist, it's like you're helping you're like the brains behind the business in a way, or you're at least some of the brains behind the business,
yeah.
and it can be really fun to do that.
You don't have all the, obviously like that's one of the beauties of business, of course, having the responsibility, the stress. But at the same time, the growth specialist doesn't have all the responsibilities or the stress of having a business. You just get the fun part in building it, leveraging it, making money off it, and
just building that experience so that later on down the line, if you do decide you want to start a business, you've got the foundation there. So a lot of people getting into the market at 16 years old, they watch an Iman Gaji video, they try and build an agency, and they're just like, oh my fucking God, I've been lied to. This is crazy. This is so much worse, so much harder, so much more stressful than I thought it would be. But it's because the skills aren't there yet. By becoming a setter, becoming a setter manager, becoming a growth specialist, and working your way up like that, you're learning all of the skills that you need to build your own successful business later on down the line. And that's the path that I took. I went from appointment setter. Well, I went from door-to-door sales, appointment setting. Had team lead when I was doing cold calling. So as an appointment setter manager, all of these things have actually just gone directly and helped me build my own business for myself so that I can leverage and I can keep a bigger piece of the pie. So yeah, it's good to see the progression there with our alpha setter boys. And what also that means as well is as we get more of these setter managers come in, we've also got more opportunities for the boys all the time.
Yeah, literally, I was going through the other day on one of the sales calls, and there was literally 3 days, 3 days, 4 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 7 days.
That's my favourite thing to do on a sales call. My favourite thing to do ever is share my screen and show them the opportunities that we're posting for our students. Literally, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, blah, 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 blah. Like one day last week, in a 24-hour period, we had 5 new opportunities come in. And we're not talking silly fucker opportunities. We're talking like, £800,000 Instagram coaches. We're talking 200k accounts, 300k accounts, like fresh, hot inbound leads. Like, bruv,
Yeah.
the leverage that we've got right now is just.
If you're
it is
not,
mad.
yeah, if you're literally coming to, bro, the amount of, the thing is nowadays, I don't even go on the wins that often and be like, oh, because it's literally every single day there's a win. So it's like it's not, that's not
It's
a
not
massive,
special to us.
yeah,
Like you see, like people only like if people like post things on social media. For example, like if some people, if it's their first time smoking a cigar, they'll want to get a picture and they'll post it on social media because it's their first time smoking a cigar. Whereas me, that's like I don't get a picture every time I smoke a cigar because it's just not a normal part of my life. Whereas like posting like the wins, for example, like we forget to post wins a lot. We should post wins probably a lot more than we do because it's just
yeah.
so normal.
I think no, because normal people get excited about them,
Yeah, yeah.
but we don't because
All the other gurus get excited, but yeah, it's just normal, and people can scroll back and see all of our wins forever anyway. So we should probably post more though. So yeah, like having those tiers of alpha setters, so the beginners, and then we've got the setter managers and the growth specialists, and then those guys are able to provide opportunities for the new starters.
Well, think of like David. What David has 3 or 4 alpha setters working under him.
At least.
Essentially, what this Ethan, Nick, Luca,
Killian.
and Killian.
Yeah,
That's what I know of.
yeah. I mean, Dominic's probably got like fucking loads. Bro.
Yeah.
Dominic's probably got like 15.
Yeah, that's mad.
Jordan's got quite a lot as well. It's like, yeah. And also, the best part, in my opinion, like the greatest part about that whole thing, the whole tier system of alpha setters, where everyone's like people have got different roles, is the fact that when you're a beginner and you're looking for an opportunity and you get placed on your first offer, you're not just there by yourself.
You get the support along the way.
You've got another alpha setter there above you who is your setter manager.
I know
who's
his
gonna
mistakes.
hold your hand along the way. Exactly. Having those daily team calls, having another alpha setter who's been in the exact position you was in to hold your hand and make sure you win. Because if you win, then they win, and if they win, their clients win, and if their clients win, then alpha setters win. It's just one of those things where everybody wins. It's beautiful. So, also we've been going kind of crazy with the events that we've been running as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot. Obviously, I didn't go to. You did the London one.
Yeah.
That I wasn't there for. Even the other day, we just had a quick link up
Yep.
in Manchester.
Killian got on a flight from Ireland again. Got Jerome involved again. Yeah,
My
we've been
first
doing a
time
lot of
meeting them both actually.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of events because that's the great thing as well. Like our Alpha Setter community, it's not some gay little online Discord server where no one actually meets each other in person. It's like it's a group of boys and we do boy stuff together. Like we do boisterous things. We always play sports, basketball. We played badminton the other day.
I was the winner.
I was waiting for a comment on that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a comment. But it's like, yeah, we punch each other up every now and again. It's like we've just got a sick community. So yeah, Project 300 is a go. Right now, the funnel that we're using in order to, push forward with Project 300 is we've got a free school funnel. So we're running ads to a free school community. And then from the free school community, there's always going to be a percentage of guys there that resonate with us, resonate with the message, and they want to go on to join the paid stuff, right? Which is Alpha Setters.
Yeah. And obviously for the guys that don't, they've still got the access to the free trading and can try and get involved themselves.
Also for the women as well that message me all the time and they want to get into appointment setting and we can't take their money because Alpha Setters is men only. It's like, boys, free school community and girls, free school community link in bio, that anyone can join that. We're going to have 2 group calls a month, I think, on there. And I think the group calls as well, we're not going to plan sessions.
Q&A, baby.
I think we're just going to do Q&A, yeah. We're not going to do role play or anything like that, workshops. Just a Q&A call twice a month. We get on a call and we just stay on the call until everyone's questions are answered. And then we do.
That could be so long.
Okay, well, maybe we'll cap it an hour.
Like, yeah. Everyone's question.
Everyone's
100 guys in there.
Yeah.
Who's got a question?
Yeah, true. We'll see. For the first call, I'll just stay on until everyone's questions are answered anyway. I think I'm going to do my first school community, free school community group call this week, actually. So make sure to click the link in the description and join the free school, boys. So, Yomi, recently you've been closing for a long time for Alpha Setters, but you've been closing for our business. And you've been doing a very good job at it, mate.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months in terms of closing.
So, what would you say? Because like when you first started, you was terrible, of course. So, what would you say is like the main things that you've learned now that have made you the closer that you are today? Because right now you're crushing it.
So, a couple of things. So, firstly, the way I learned was kind of just by watching you, seeing you, reading books, and experience. And the thing at the start, I just tried to basically do a carbon copy of what you did. Basically, the same questions. I literally like, because I kept forgetting what questions. I literally had a notebook and I had these certain questions that I must ask in my notes, and I'd ask these questions in some order in my group in every call. And it got to a point where it was just so repetitive. Every call was the same, and I just felt a bit too robotic. And I think, obviously, this comes with a lot of experience and actually just doing it of reps, 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 reps. But you need to have personality about it. You can't just copy someone else. You can't have you. Every close can't be the same. Essentially, every call can't be the same, and you can't just copy someone's exact method because it needs to have some personality. And I think one of the things that make me so good at it is that I show my personality and I try and make other people feel comfortable in the call with myself, if that makes sense.
Making people comfortable is important because at the end of the day, when you're selling B2C coaching, it's like these guys have never had a sales call before. They've never had to jump on a Zoom call and be sold to before. They're not used to it. So a lot of the time people will get on a call and they'll be quite reserved and quite awkward. And
Yeah.
you've got to get them to open up, right?
Well, especially because most of the people reaching out to us or like we speak to on calls are similar ages to us. So like I'd say anywhere from like 18 to 23, 24, right? A lot of the guys in this society in this generation are very awkward socially, especially on a call on Zoom that seems super professional with someone they've never met, some random black guy with a camera with a mic in his face. Like it just seems like out of their comfort zone. So one thing I try and do is make them feel comfortable, make them know that it's not, something super kind of like interview. It's not super formal because like I've had even at times where someone's like come on with like a shirt, and I'll literally like take the piss out of them. I'll say a joke taking the piss out of them. Just be like, bro, what are you wearing a shirt for? You dickhead. Like just like something like I try and be as authentic as possible because I'm not speaking to these mad 50-year-old business owners that have run business for 30, 40 years. I'm just speaking to one of the boys essentially. And that's how I treat it. I'm just speaking to one of the boys. I'm just having a 15, 25-minute chat, genuine. If we can help them, yeah, so be it. If not, then I'm not gonna try and force anything upon them. That's kind of how I am.
Yeah. At the end of the day as well, I think because you don't need the sale, people can feel that as well. When you're like out there like desperate, like hungry for the sale, it's like when you're like thirsty on a night out, like really trying to get laid. It's just not a good look. You know what I mean?
One thing that I used to kind of in calls, I used to like I said, I've always been charismatic. I've always kind of been naturally good at talking and speaking to people. So maybe I've got a little, talent for it essentially coming in. But one thing I was quite not nervous, but I felt awkward saying certain things. Like I don't know, something that I just wouldn't like to say. It's like an uncomfortable thing to say. Now I literally don't care. Like I'll just say anything because like who cares?
You mean like the questions like going like deep into like pain points and stuff?
Yeah, like for example, I'll be like, okay, so what's making you not want to join then? Or like, oh, like how much money do you actually have right now? Like I would be awkward asking that because that's not a thing that people just speak about on a day-to-day basis, and like it is an awkward thing to ask. But it gets to the point where you just it's gotta be done.
Yeah.
Gotta say what you gotta say.
Sales calls are an energy transfer. A lot of the people that if you're selling any sort of B2C offer, you're a closer for anything B2C coaching wise, a lot of these people will be downloading Zoom literally for the first time just to take this call. So in order to get them to open up and get out of their shell, like, you need to come with energy. You need to have the right energy. It's all about energy transfer. And something about you is like you actually enjoy taking these calls. You actually enjoy closing. I think that's a big part of it. Because I don't enjoy closing. So I almost feel like your closing has probably got to a point where it's better than mine now, just because the energy is automatically going to be better.
Yeah.
I think energy is something that can be felt.
And I think that's not like, because obviously not every sales call is a guy that's giving energy. Sometimes there is some like awkward guy, but I try my very, very best to make them as not as least awkward as possible, because I try and make them feel comfortable, like I said earlier, but I try and like bring out their side that they're like with their friends, because I try and be like, you know, how I'd think one of their friends would be. Essentially, I'm just literally like, oh yes, bro, what you saying? Are you good? How you been this week? Kind of just super like I'm speaking to, and it's not like me forcing it. It's not like I'm trying to take the piss. I'm literally just being authentic, and that's how I would speak to my boys and like football or whatever.
That's how we speak to our officers.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you've been crushing it right now with the appointment setting and closing. To be honest, the appointment setting's been going great as well. Obviously, I mean, most of the people watching this probably don't even work as closers. They probably work as setters. So,
Yeah.
what about setting? Like, what's some advice that you've got for the people that are appointment setting right now for a coaching offer?
I think you just need to find a rhythm and like a flow. Do you know what I mean? That might seem a bit. I always say flow state. I always like to say that kind of thing. But just basically finding kind of the qualifying questions that work for you. Finding it's a bit different to closing in the sense that you can have certain questions that you ask every single conversation without fail. Whereas like closing, you might not. Like you can have a certain thing that you say every single time you have a conversation with a potential lead. This needs to be said. This needs to be qualified. And that's kind of how you need to do it. Find a flow and get in a rhythm. And again, be super casual. Like, I'll be like, oh, yes, what makes you want to start appointment setting, bro? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm just trying to get out of my 9 to 5. I'm working part-time in Paramount right now. I'm like, oh, that's mad. I used to work in River Island, bro. How are you finding retail? Like, I'm literally trying to find a connection. Again, be super authentic. Obviously, you can't show emotions as well through message, but try and do it to the best you can. You know, don't be a robot, especially with like a B2C offer.
Don't be a robot. Don't try and be too formal, and yeah, just don't try and suck up for the prospects because they can feel it from a mile away, right?
And these outreach, I'm sick of these outreach messages I'm getting nowadays. You know, the outreach messages are so bad.
Well,
I saw one the other day that was like someone said like, oh, like it's a really hot day in the UK today, so I'm gonna hit you with a cold outreach.
Yeah, I got that yesterday.
That was crazy.
Do you get them? Do you get that random question? Do you get the outreach messages for people saying that do you have a Stripe account that you can buy?
Yeah. All
Well,
the time.
what is that? Like, where did that
I think
come
it's
from?
some sort of scam.
I don't have a clue what that is, but yeah, like, do you have a Stripe account? I'm looking to buy one. That's a weird message. I've been getting that all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are so sick of cold outreach. Like, you've got to be, you just got to be genuine in your cold outreaches, boys, and don't send like some stupid long thing.
Don't try and say like a gimmick, like a stupid joke, because they actually annoy me. They actually annoy
You get
me.
annoyed very easily.
They
though,
annoy me, man. They annoy me.
You get annoyed easily.
Yeah.
But you know, they are annoying. It is annoying getting these cold outreach messages every single day. But when it comes to appointment setting, yeah, again, even though you're not talking to them, still just try and bring the energy into your appointment setting is what I would try and say. Just be natural, informal, bring energy, and adapt to the conversations 100%. And going back to what Yomi said about the flow state, boys, go back, if you guys are struggling with this and you want to know more about this flow state stuff, go back on my YouTube channel and go watch the video that I did live appointment setting, and that will make so much more sense to you, because when I'm doing that video, I'm in my zone. I'm flowing. But yeah, super excited for the year. I'm staying in Manchester right now for the next few days just to lock in with bro, focus on Project 300. I'm very excited to see how we get on with this project, bro.
So am I, man. It's gonna be a good Q3.
Q3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good life, mate. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content like this, and obviously the free school community is in the description. Follow Yomi Lowry on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram. Follow Temi Lowry on social media. And as always, boys, keep grinding.